This is Shevii, the seventh reading in the book of Numbers, chapter. It's actually this week's Parsha, seventh reading of this Parsha, which is Beha'aloscha or Beha'aloscha, depending on your pronunciation, whether it's Sephardic or Ashkenazic. We cater to both here. But at any rate, Beha'aloscha, chapter 11, verse 30 through 12:16, 22 verses, 7th reading Shevii, and the Maftir will be in this as well. The Maftir is what they call, it's the final reading. It's a portion of the 7th reading. So it's the 8th reading technically, but it's actually referred to as not the 8th, but just Maftir, meaning the final or the completing reading, and it's the last 3 verses, so I'll keep it in this video. Verse 30, 11:30. Then Moses entered the camp, he and the elders of Israel. A wind went forth from the Lord and swept quails from the sea and spread them over the camp about 1 day's journey this way and 1 day's journey that way, around the camp, about 2 cubits above the ground. The wind went forth 2 cubits above the ground. They were floating? I don't know. Anyway, the people rose up all day and all night, and the next day gathered the quails. Even the one who gathered the least collected 10 heaps. Heaps. They spread around the camp in piles. The meat was still between their teeth. It was not yet finished, and the anger of the Lord flared against the people, and the Lord struck the people with a very mighty blow. He named that place Kivroth HaTa'avah, graves of craving, for there they buried the people who craved. From Kivroth HaTa'avah, the people traveled to Chatzerot, and they stayed in Chatzerot. Let's see here, Midbar Sinai. Kivroth HaTa'avah, Chatzerot, Ritma, Rimon, Paretz. Yeah, Israel. Yeah. Kivroth HaTa'avah is right after Sinai, and then Chatzerot. Yeah. Now we're in chapter 12, verse 1. Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses regarding the Cushite woman he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. They said, "Has the Lord spoken only to Moses? Hasn't he spoken to us too?" And the Lord heard. Now this man, Moses, was exceedingly humble, more so than any person on the face of the earth. The Lord suddenly said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, "Go out, all 3 of you, to the tent of meeting." And all 3 went out. The Lord descended in a pillar of cloud and stood at the entrance of the tent. He called to Aaron and Miriam, and they both went out. He said, "Please listen to my words. Shimuna divrei. Please listen to my words. If there be prophets among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known to him in a vision. I will speak to him in a dream. Not so is my servant Moses. He is faithful throughout my house. Lo chen avdi Moshe, bechol beiti ne'eman hu. With him I speak mouth to mouth, in a vision, and not in riddles. He beholds the image of the Lord. Utbunas Hashem yabit. Pe el pe adaber bo umare lo bechidot. Utbunat Adonai yabit. Umadua lo yiretem ledaber ba'avdi Moshe. Ba'avdi b'Moshe. with him I speak mouth to mouth in a vision on riddles, and he beholds the image of the Lord. So why were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? The wrath of the Lord flared against them, and he left. The cloud departed from above the tent, and behold, Miriam was afflicted with tzara'at as snow, as white as snow. Then Aaron turned to Miriam, and behold, she was afflicted with tzara'at. Aaron said to Moses, "Please, Master, do not put sin upon us for acting foolishly and for sinning. Let her not be like the dead, which comes out of his mother's womb with half his flesh consumed." Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, "I beseech you, God, please heal her." Elna, Rifana La. The Lord replied to Moses, "If her father were to spit in her face, would she not be humiliated for 7 days? She shall be confined for 7 days outside the camp, and afterwards she may enter." So Miriam was confined outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not travel until Miriam had entered. Then the people departed from Chatzirot, and they encamped in the desert of Paran. And now, we're doing the Maftir. I almost forgot, like last week. The last 3 verses are the Maftir. Will be 14 through 16. Let's check it out here. Yeah. This is the Maftir right here. The Lord replied to Moses, "If her father were to spit in her face, would she not be humiliated for 7 days? She shall be confined for 7 days outside the camp, and afterward she may enter." So Miriam was confined outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not travel until Miriam had entered. Then the people departed from Chatzirot, and they camped in the desert of Paran.